We honor and respect the masters that came before us and strive to follow their example. Honesty to myself and others at all times. Humility in thoughts, words, and deeds of those above and beneath me. Patience. I will put the needs of others before that of my own, but not the greedy. Sincerity. I will fear only my lack of sincerity. Abdul Kul Tafel Atat, Wabazun, Gamafaragun, Shilel Kulun. I am in the love of all, and all love is in me. I am a part of all, and all is a part of me. I am one with all, and all is one with me. I can succeed as a part of all and fail as an individual. I can be all that I wish in all as long as my wish is to stay in all. I am never alone. All is, I am. All can, I can. All does, I do. Istanjay, Ilaku. What up, what up? What up, fam? Can you press 2 if you've already shared this video? Press 2 if you're going to share it. If you're on Instagram, invite 2 people. Tonight I am talking about Bill Cosby, but I'm having King Talk again. Tonight we're going to be talking about, this is a message for men. So if you got some men you want to share this with and put it in their inbox, or if you are if you're watching this on YouTube, please, please send this out or share this as soon as possible. Big Sean, what up? I see you on there. Or James Powers in the building. So a whole bunch of stuff has gone on, and it had time for me to like look, review, see what other people are gonna say. What up, Jack? What up, Clarence? Big shouts out to all the men that's coming on here lately, to holler at Coach and see what's going on. I told y'all the story a couple of weeks ago about no, not a couple of weeks ago, but what up, Blondell? Oh, we finna get real manly up in here this evening. Thank you for sharing. Press 2 if you already shared it. I see you, Team Cancer. You about to lose your mind. I know you about to lose your mind. Because you might not be surrounded by enough kings that's damn helping you talk yourself through this bad boy. Philly Gemini is in the building. What up, Nelson? Peace to the God. Hey, Veronica. Thanks, everybody, for sharing the video. All right, so check it out. Ooh, boy. Got my notes this evening, so I wouldn't forget. So there was a lot I wanted to. Bearded Heru, salute, King. What up, Nubian hippie? This one tonight is about Bill Cosby. It's about Bill Cosby and a message to the kings. Greed didn't get him in trouble. No. Ladies, fall back for a second. Peace, Universal Queen. How you doing? Greed did not get Bill Cosby in trouble. So this is why I'm saying this is a warning to the kings, because you all may mess around and emotionally react the wrong way according to all the information that's being spread out here about how women are reacting and responding to Bill Cosby, and how you and what may be coming out of your mouth, because there's a lot of energy in the air that is really crazy, and nobody is putting it towards, nobody's associating Bill Cosby with his birth chart, with the transits in the sky. They just on some die nigga die. You know what I'm saying? What up, Team Virgo in Denver? So anytime you get a lot of women talking about die nigger die because it's got something to do with sex, or you taking advantage of me and stuff like that, the energy can be really crazy. Team Pisces, how you doing, baby? One ritual away in the building. You can have a whole lot of stuff going on when women get away from logic and get into emotions. So like James Powell said the other day, women are looking at this and responding to it emotionally, and men are looking at it logically. You know what I'm saying? We're looking at it from a different side because we don't have a vagina. And so because women have been wanting us, you don't know Bill Cosby. See, this is what I'm saying. Bill Cosby did that shit, though. How you know? How you know Bill Cosby did something? You don't know Bill Cosby. You wasn't on trial. All this happened 12 years ago. You wasn't even focused on it. You got a crystal ball. You got receipts. but because something said so in the court. So I always want to bring up Emmett Till first. I'll bring up Emmett Till because a white woman said Emmett Till did something to her. They killed Emmett Till. Then 80 years later, she was like, "Well, he really ain't do that." But she didn't go to trial or she didn't go to court. So first off, this whole situation is a wall of suffering there. The whole thing is a wall of suffering to get you at the wall of suffering.
If for some reason you decide not to activate the grid lines and you're just going to do this moving meditation, you can do that. It will not work as effectively as if you connected yourself.
Another video just started.
But you have that option. Okay.
So I'm trying to cut it off.
But once a day, just so you don't forget it, do the moving meditation 1 or 2 times just so you have it. And at the time you finish activating all the lines, then you can put power into the
my bag. So, well, none of us there. I'm talking about the wall of suffering. So the wall of suffering is a factory of emotions and overreacting. You know what I'm saying? And making judgments without analysis or making judgments on something that ain't got nothing to do with you. That was the karmic relationship between those people involved. It had nothing to do with other women who have been raped. All women, just because you got raped, that's just like, it's like saying all black people are affected by slavery. I'm not affected by slavery because my folks was never a slave. I don't choose to be like, oh, I just want to let all that happen to me. Though some people were enslaved, some people were in ships, some people got hung. But guess what? I didn't already heal that scar. I don't carry that scar and I don't go back to it. I don't let somebody trigger me every time it jumps off. Now, everybody's not where I'm at. But kings, men, you better get here soon, closer to where I'm at, so you know how to handle the sensitivity that's going on with the women, because women are becoming triggered by this. And that's what the wall of suffering is about. The wall of suffering is about getting you to overreact and create some trauma. See, this ain't nothing but Black Lives Matter started going down, so they had to come with something else to keep you riled up and distracted from you meditating and getting into yourself. You ain't getting into yourself if you're focusing on YouTube, on Bill Cosby and making cases. The sister says, come on, coach, all these broads stepping forward. He did something to someone. My question is why they take the pills. Neither, right. Here's the thing. I'm going to go ahead and kill that quickly. Men, when a woman come at you, ask a woman if she was raped, would she keep calling her predator? Because Bill Cosby was giving you hush money. If he had sex with you and it was so wrong and you was taking money for it, and then he quit giving you money, every time you needed some money, you called your predator and he gave you some more money. They don't never ask about that. See, they told Bill, be quiet. Don't say nothing about how you was paying them off. They could call the hotline, call the accountant. Bill was sending some money. Why would I keep calling my predator somebody who abused me to get money? I don't call my predator. I don't call my enemies. What? You calling your enemy? So I can understand he had the budget. He was well over $400 million strong. He had the budget to keep paying people hush money, be quiet, I'm sorry money. But then when he said, yo, I ain't paying you no more. It's been 10 years. You done got 2 million. You done got 3 million. You done got this much money. Then guess what? Some women are vindictive. Not all of them. Some men are pieces of shit. Not all of them. Some men are saints. Not all of them. Some women are angels. Not all of them. So to go ahead, if I'm saying the wall of suffering is the point, not Bill Cosby, not the chicks, not the pills. It's about you and how you're reacting to it. So I really am not going to go back and forth with the women. This is about a warning for the men and the lesson that you need to learn from this Bill Cosby situation. Okay. So if you just get here on Instagram, please invite 2 people, hit the little thing, press 2 if you've already invited 2 people. And if you're sharing this, please press 2 on YouTube. Yeah, a normal person wouldn't go back to the person who took said cookies. Right. So we're talking So you have a lot of women who, this is the other part, men, listen, men, help, because women try to say, oh, I just recently I was accused of being insensitive because I posted a 59-second video on Coach Kyer's page that had a brother writing a letter to the one woman who was the star witness in Bill Cosby's case, right? And he was like, would you take pills with somebody, they sexually assault you, then you get your mother and go to the club and to see your predator, and then give him a t-shirt later, and then 15 years later have a civil suit against him, and then he give you $3.4 million hush money, and then you still go to criminal trial, and stand up against him again after he gave you $3.4 million. He said, yo, first off, don't take pills before you have sex with somebody. If you're in a room with somebody and they're not a doctor, why are you letting them prescribe you pills? Because you trust him? You didn't know he was married? Okay. It was happening to him because women talk. So one woman was like, yo, the dick was amazing, or he got the best dope, or he's just so funny, he make you laugh. And the other woman was like, yo, but I'm making that up too as a scenario. So who knows? But we do know a whole lot of women was there, and he had sex with a whole lot of them, because that's what happens. Powerful men got a lot of women coming to have sex with them. But so my man made on the video said, yo, we used to call hush money to hush. So I thought that it was funny because he made a lot of good points as a comedian. You know what I'm saying? Like, how is it that you are, if you're just coming on, this is my video, a warning to the KingMen and an important lesson to the KingMen through what we can learn about Bill Cosby. All right? She was not just on the coming up. She was all there. All this is a smoke screen. Thank you very much. All this. The thing about Bill was trying to purchase a major network, so the powers behind the scenes stopped him from being the owner of a major network. That was going on at the same time too. But hey, that was just a move. But really, I'm not even gonna say powers that be, because the powers that be is Bill's planets, Bill's charts, Bill's a Cancer. Capricorn, it has Saturn in it right now, which is the opposite of Cancer. So Capricorns and Cancers is going through all types of integrity checks right now. So he only needed one, and he in prison. He was going to get jammed up any kind of way in the first place. Lukey Reedsville is in the house. That's right. More teams. So a warning to the kings. Let me get to what you kings need to be focused on and can learn from Bill Cosby. What men need to and better learn from Bill Cosby. What you better learn is No. It ain't got nothing to do with Bill Cosby's, what Bill Cosby did. It's about how you have to move with integrity. Bill wasn't moving in integrity. So if Bill Cosby was moving in integrity, that's the lesson that a king takes from this. Bill Cosby was not moving in integrity. So I'm going to move in integrity. Okay? What else Bill Cosby teaches you is that $3.4 million can't keep you out of prison. So if you got some stuff going on with you in your life right now that's in some kind of relationship piece, it's going to get stirred up and get you jammed up. So you better have integrity in all of your dealings right now. You better have integrity in all of your dealings right now and just go face it. Because if $3.4 million couldn't keep America's dad out of prison, how are you going to get away with it? You can't get away with it. So you got to have integrity. Kings are made of integrity. Can I get all the brothers to type hashtag integrity? Everybody, can I get you to type hashtag integrity? I ain't even going. She said, stop making women sign consent forms before you end up jammed up. The new age pink pussy hat bras are cooked up. I ain't really sure about all that. I understand the damn consent forms. But if I got integrity, I don't need you to sign no consent form because ain't nothing gonna jump off. Right. Secondly, Bill was not looking at his own astrology chart. I'm always gonna go back and be like, if you study your chart, you can see that these are some aspects of dangerous behavior in me. Because obviously he had a voracious appetite. Don't be like, I'm gonna find me a Camille who gonna support me, take me to millions and millions and millions, and let me have sex with other white women or other women outside my marriage. Where was Camille? You wasn't checking none of this? Why you ain't getting no divorce and leave? Message and warning for kings. Don't you mess with no enabler. Don't you mess with no enabler. Don't you marry, mess with, put your thing in, or nothing in an enabler. I get checked by women. I get checked by women I don't even know. I get checked by women I do know. I get checked by relative women. I get checked by women I'm intimate with. Nobody cares about who will come check you. Like my boys come check me. But if you got integrity, you ain't got to keep worrying about always getting checked over some BS sideways or getting sideswiped. You ain't gonna be getting sideswiped. You feel what I'm saying? Now, the other one I want to talk about, men. A lesson from Bill Cosby. You better grow anyway. Well, this is really not even for grow. This is a lesson from Bill Cosby. He wasn't helping these women grow. He was also enabling them. He was just sticking his dick in them, enabling them, getting them money. That all of them was in Hollywood trying to get on. Well, why you didn't say, yo, I'm gonna call my man up? You know what I'm saying? Like, don't use your position of power to get your dick wet. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You got to have, like, especially when you get into a situation, like, you got to be able to smell out what's going on, what's the person's intention. Bill wasn't checking nobody's intention before he went out there and did what he did. Oh, it's Hollywood, so drugs was going everywhere. I'm a supermodel. That's what the black lady said. I'm a supermodel. Bruh, you accountable for you. You and Saturn will come around and see your ass. All this happened in the last 29 years. Yeah. So if I take, we 2018, so we go back to 2000, and I take 10 years off of that, that'll be 1990. That's when all that other stuff was, that's when all it was going on. Bill was making payments all through the 90s. Through the late 80s and all through the 90s, Bill was paying off jokers. You see what I'm saying? He got the right one because I checked that ass. I don't know what you mean, Tina D. It ain't got nothing to do with Bill was operating out of integrity. Bill wasn't making nobody else better. That's another thing for kings. When women who get triggered by this, you have to make sure that you don't get triggered by her getting triggered. Everybody's got a trigger. Coach Kyle, you got a trigger. I found out what my trigger was 72 hours ago. I'm absolutely clear with it. So kings, find out what your trigger is. Kings, I'm gonna get all of y'all to put hashtag find out what my trigger is. Michael Phoenix, you better find out what your trigger is. King, you better find out what your trigger is. You better be real clear on what your trigger is too. So you can identify when somebody's trying to step on it. So you can have a remedy. I can't tell, women may have several triggers. Because if you ain't really got healing, or you don't know yourself, or if you're not around people, then you can get jammed up. If you just getting here, please invite 2 people on Instagram, or press 2 if you share this video to your timeline. Thank you very much. I wanted to tell the men that be aware that this divine feminine movement is in trouble. I don't need to warn the women, because as soon as they hear the word divine feminine, they just like, oh, they're on my team. No, there's a large Trojan horse movement going on to infiltrate the divine feminine thing. It used to be feminism. Then it turned into divine feminine energy when they knew the metaphysical community was growing. and now they got magic for sale. You know what I'm saying? Magic is everywhere now. What up, Rosie? So when you know that the divine feminine movement is in trouble, is under attack by the Me Too movement. So the Me Too movement wants to come in and say there's no accountability and let's all be entitled. The Me Too movement is trying to make irresponsible women entitled. See, there's nobody can be irresponsible. Men, you kings can't be responsible, and the queens can't be irresponsible either. But Me Too movement comes in and makes a woman say you don't have to do nothing but point at a nigga. They're just bringing the Jim Crow laws back up. Now, men who rape women, sexually assault women or other men, all should be killed. I already said that. I already said that you should treat it like Islam. Start cutting nuts off. Start cutting nuts off and castrating niggas for doing that. Jokers won't do it. But then you got the same thing as a woman is like, well, nobody's gonna believe me anyway. So you gotta be sensitive and considerate. But at the same time, study your metaphysics, men, kings. On your logical side, understand that we in a time of karma coming back around. So when good things happen to you, it's a karmic from past lifetimes. Don't let a woman pull you into a single lifetime event. All the Jews that got killed in the thing from Hitler, that wasn't their first lifetime. All the slaves who got killed during slavery, that wasn't their first lifetime. All the Indians that were on the Trail of Tears, that wasn't their first lifetime. Billions of years was everybody's first lifetime on planet Earth. Okay? So you got all these past life karmas that you are unfamiliar with that are now coming to fruition. Kali Yuga. The age of Kali Yuga is upon us. Go type in Kali Yuga. That's a whole nother subject. So, men, when some shit is going down for you, you got a crazy baby mama, or you going to jail for something you think that you ain't damn responsible for, guess what? It's because of your karma. Somebody stole something from you. That's what happened. Don't sit here and say, men, stop claiming to be the victim. Men have to stand up and be accountable, have integrity, and quit hollering the victim. Because women are hollering the victim because they're reflecting what men do. Men are hollering victim. I'm a victim. I'm a victim. Stop hollering victim and say I'm accountable. Say there are no victims and villains. Now, for some women, this is going to be very hard because they want to be a victim. They've been programmed to be a victim. Fellas, you kings, this is the warning. This is what Bill Cosby is triggering for the men. You better learn how to get your woman out of a victim's mind state. You don't have to tolerate it. That's the other piece I got over here. A message to KingMen. The difference between sensitivity and coddling. You need to be sensitive to women because one day you're going to want her to be sensitive to you. I'm going to say this again. You need to be, no, let me back that up. You should be sensitive to women because she holds the magic. Whenever it wake up and she get control of it, it's going to be even more fire and more useful. But she could burn stuff down like Jean Grey. You know what I'm saying? Jean Grey, she just rage out. She just rage out and just blank out. She's like that. That's a X-Men character about all women. They can just blank out. They can say hormones, emotions, whatever. And the court system will support it. Right. So you men, you have to stay a step ahead. So you have to be compassionate and sensitive. But you don't have to coddle. You don't have to coddle women. Because if you coddle her, you'll let her keep living the lie. You'll be supporting and enabling her illusion that she's only here one lifetime she's a victim, and that the women who have been raped are victims. There are no victims. Nobody knows everybody's story. Should you go tell if you get raped? Should a nigga go to jail? Should you have a clan of men go and kill this person who raped you? I'm so for that. I so want to. I'm on that team. Nobody comes and gets me. This is the person who's watching who told me I'm insensitive to rape. My sister wrote a book last year. No, it came out this year, but last year was when I found out. So my sister is 44 years old. I'm older than her, and I just found out that she got raped when I was, I think I was 26. I was 26 or 24 when my sister got raped. At 24 and 26, I was hanging with the most ruthless killers. I was with the wrong crowd, but I was with that crowd because they was ganged up. Everybody had guns. We was thick. We had the most honor amongst the thieves. And if my sister would have called me and said, I just got raped, and she knew who it was, I was going to kill. So when I read, here I am reading the book of her telling about how she got raped. I saw a video on YouTube of her talking about she never told nobody her story. I still want to kill them niggas right now, today. I really don't need no help this time. In my 20s, I would have said, y'all, come on, man, posse up. We're going to go over here. You know what I'm saying? My sister got raped. I'm finna go. I ain't getting ready to ask 0 questions. Might be the wrong person. Hope that ain't on me. If my sister, I'm going to get that. That's him? You sure? I ain't saying you sure he did it, but that's him. She might be angry at him, but he's getting offed. He's getting off, player. And we ain't getting caught. And if I do get caught, I'm going to jail and do the time, because I'm going to send a message out here. Don't mess with my sister. Don't fizzy ucky with my sister. And that's how I am about all women. I'm not sensitive to women. I'm super overprotective of women, but sometimes you have to protect people from themselves. You know why they strap people into the bed when they're in the hospital? Because they protecting themselves. That person is like, I don't want to be restrained. Let me up out this bed. But you're going to hurt yourself, tear your stitches. You got to stay right here. You see what I'm saying? So men, be sensitive, but don't coddle them and say, yes, honey, you're a victim. So you have to start saying, and then they're going to come back with, you don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like. That's when the hard truth, you got to tell yourself first. Did she rape somebody in a past lifetime? What did she do in a past lifetime? Or what did she do this lifetime to deserve what she's getting right now? What's happening? Like the dude, whoever I'm getting ready to go smoke, obviously he did something to deserve what I'm about to do to him. But my sister did too. So it's a chain of events. It's always a sequence of events. Nothing is isolated. Nothing is isolated. But back to astrology. Men, learn some astrology. Go to Keep It Simple astrology course and learn. You better look at these transits. You're always looking at your chart, but then after you look at your chart, you got to go into the transits. Venus is in Scorpio. So everything, it ain't just about Jupiter in Scorpio. That's when it started. When Jupiter was in retrograde in Scorpio, this whole Me Too thing, this whole blew off. Now, of course, we live in a white country run by white men. So the white men ain't catching no time. And they doing shit in the last 2 or 3 years. They ain't catching no time. Ain't nobody going to court. Nothing like that. Probably the hush money is a lot bigger. So, and then what do you do with a woman who takes hush money? Ladies, y'all telling me, not y'all, but what do we say about women who take hush money? You got raped and then the man paid you. Do you take the money or do you seek justice? Is the money justice? See, the women who were taking money, are they in integrity now that they come into court? Did you take some money from Bill Cosby? Did y'all do something? Yes. Did he give you some money in return for what he did to you that you feel is wrong? Yes. Do you consider that justice? No, I consider that just part of the payment. What is this chick about? Men, that's how you better look at it. But don't be insensitive to the women who have actually been raped. I know women who've been raped. I done been in a place, Blondell. Were you in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, for the first Ken Wafu workshop? I think you were. I think you were. Just checking. I'm trying to see. I was in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, at a workshop on magic, and my phone rings, and a dear friend who I hadn't even never met physically yet called me and was like, "I just woke up and I got raped," and I was ready to damn be about that life. I can't stand. Ooh, ooh. But so, Blondell, you remember when we left, and like we left the church and then we went to the place to eat, and Dr. Gibson was up there at the main table? That was when I got the call. So I'm here. I am in a really happy place, and I get this news that's like, "Yo, I just got raped." I went there. If you're just coming on, this is a message for the kings. This is a warning. This is also my Bill Cosby message for folks, especially what can men learn from Bill Cosby. And if you just got here, please invite at least 2 people on Instagram. Share this and press 2 if you're on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, just put it on your social media. And I even went, because if I can't get physical, but I'm at this magical workshop, then is there some magic that we can do for a rapist? And so what does Alana say? She says, "I'm doing Haitian root work on my predator. F the money." Ooh, that's what she going for. So my teacher, a very world-renowned spell worker himself, was like, "Yo, bring me some paper." And he wrote the spell work down for me and was like, "Do this. This will reverse it from her to him. It will help him heal, and all the damages that he did to her will go back to him." You just left Atlanta. I ain't messing with you. So there's some magic out there that you can do, but women are unaware of it. And see, when you get caught up in saying I'm a victim, then you get away from what powers you can do to get justice for yourself. That's why I say men don't get drawn into the wall of suffering. Don't get drawn into the wall of suffering. Be sensitive, but don't coddle. Don't coddle. And she's like, "You don't understand." And then you just be like, "Okay, Bill did it." Don't just say anything just to be saying anything. Whatever, Anita. Don't do that. Don't do that. Stay truthful and wonder not wonder. Know that this is a sequence of events, the way things happen. It's a sequence of events that you are there to support her through what she just went through. But if you see it's triggering her, then say, "Hey, how can I help you with what you got going on right now?" Mohini Shreen, do you know what the wall of suffering is? Because some people, I get new people on my streams all the time, and you don't know what the wall of suffering is. So there's a distinct definition. So if you don't know, I'll tell you, or I'll just go ahead and go over it in a second. But we have to say, "Yo, you got triggered. Do you need help?" But in my case, they was like, "You insensitive, like because you put that video up. You don't know who is triggering." Well, then if they get triggered, then come see me and I'll help you. You should never get triggered. I'm not going to ever be Mohini Shreen. I didn't ask your sex. I can see that. I was asking, do you know what the wall of suffering is, as from Kair's definition, as the way I've explained it? That's my question. You have to say, "Yo, let me support you." Because if you get triggered, people get triggered all the time. How you gonna react to it? But don't come and say, yo, I gotta make sure I keep everything away from this person so they won't so they won't get triggered. Honey, don't watch this because I don't want you to get triggered. Honey, don't do this because I don't want you to get triggered. So and so, don't do this because I don't want you to get triggered. No. Because every time she hides that, she keeps pushing down a trigger for something that's pulling something out of you so you can clear it, so you can vomit it out, whether it's psychically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically, whatever. When you're being triggered, you need to get that thing up out of you. Don't let it keep residing in your body like a spiritual parasite, mental parasite, all of these. See what I'm saying? Well, there go Charles, my nephew. Oh, I didn't see no note. You didn't text me. Don't come in with that. So, what's the wall of suffering? And why are people still at the wall of suffering? And how is this, everything that's going on, is it trying to send many, many people back to the wall of suffering, stay at the wall of suffering? So, here's the planet Earth. It's round, right? So the wall of suffering surrounds the planet. And every time you try to destroy the wall of suffering, it takes your organic energy and grows higher, 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 higher. The wall of suffering is built into the planet. This place is not a place of peace. This place is not a place of lovey-dovey. You didn't come to the planet to save the planet. You didn't come to the planet to make it a peaceful place. So, and women who are so sensitive and they got all the magic and all the healing ability, instead of growing using the healing energy on them and their family, they keep trying to save this place that's already filthy from the gate. And I ain't calling the earth filthy like it's a bad place. It's filthy because it's a place of pain. It's a testing ground. It's boot camp to see can you make it in other parts of the known and unknown universe. See what I'm saying? So the wall of suffering cannot be destroyed. So a lot of people stay there. And you sit and waste your energy on the wall of suffering. Hands up, don't shoot. Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, that dude Crump, the lawyer that can't never win a case. When he sees somebody, the white dude shot the black dude and Crump is always the lawyer. All of these people are foremans at the wall of suffering. People that you work for, supervise, walk around, see. Anybody who's always whining and complaining all the time, they're building up the wall of suffering. There's no dollar amount. You can be homeless or you can be a millionaire, but God won't talk to you at the wall of suffering. If you want to hear God's voice, then you need to make sure that you are already far away from the wall of suffering. But your friends, family, and everybody you love is already there at the wall of suffering with a Velcro uniform on, like you got on one. So when you start trying to leave the wall of suffering and take off your Velcro, they're like, where are you going? Come back, Lisa. Come back, Alana. Come back, Venus. Come back, Mohini. Come back. Where are you going? They want you to come back to the wall of suffering so it can continue to grow. The only way you personally can defeat the wall of suffering is to walk away. Because the further you get away from the wall of suffering, then you can hear God talking to you. So men, listen to this lesson, men. Get away from the wall of suffering. Even if you're married to a woman who loves the wall of suffering, and she ain't going to follow you, there's other women way away from the wall of suffering. Kazembe, I was just talking about you. Tamara, his name is Kazembe. He just came on my Facebook. Yes, Kazembe. Please set up a Lord Vesper class sooner than later. Me and somebody else is going to help you. Yes. Lord Vesta on Instagram. That's what we're talking about. Men, you must get away from the wall of suffering. Kings, you ain't gonna make it at the wall of suffering. That's what Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby is got jokers running back to the wall of suffering with a Lamborghini. They're driving back to the wall of suffering, up and down the wall of suffering, screaming and shouting and talking. They're not trying to get to a place where they can hear God's voice. They ain't trying to get to a place of prosperity and peace and all that. They're aligning themselves up. Yes, ma'am. They're aligning themselves up to be sufferers and victims. That's what they want to be. We've been programmed to be sufferers and victims. And so Bill Cosby, his whole scene, it ain't Bill, he's the puppet. There's a hand up his back. If somebody gave him $400 million, how much did they make off of him? How much did NBC make off of the Cosby Show if he got all that bread? Off the movies that he had, how much did the studio make? He only got a percentage. He was the actor. He was the field hand. He was the house nigga. He wasn't the master. You see what I'm saying? So I really think that his chart gave him much more issues than the people. Because it was going to come out anyway, Bill. It was going to come out anyway. Nobody can thrive at the wall. We aren't moss. We all need horizontal, healing ground to grow. Jacqueline Lawyer. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that last part right. So, he wasn't the master. No, he was worth $400 million and he still wants the master. So, Journey, like I told you, you're going after the wrong thing. Stop trying to get the money and try to be Morpheus. Men, you better go back and watch The Matrix. Don't get caught up with Neo. Neo's the chump. Be the teacher. Neo is the process that you go through. Morpheus is who you're trying to be. Morpheus was looking for a replacement. Neo was hesitant. As a king, we cannot keep being hesitant. Can't keep being hesitant. Okay, another lesson that we learned from this, well, not a lesson, this is just another thing that kings need to understand. In relationships, you better focus on making her better. Can I get you guys, you men that are watching, can I get you to put the hashtag down, make her better? Men, put down, make her better and grow anyway. Make her better, hashtag, grow anyway, hashtag. Men, women are going to attack you. You men, when you start to grow, you're going to be attacked by women. I'm going to tell you because I get attacked by women. You're going to be falsely accused by women. Love her anyway, make her better anyway, and you grow anyway. You grow anyway. No matter who's attacking you, you grow anyway. Recently, I came up under a personal attack. And I was like, I was trying to figure out how I got there, but then I retaliated. And when I retaliate, my savage comes out. That's why I just want peace. Relaxation is the key. Just chill. I'm trying to chill and just relax. But when I retaliate, because I only got 2 cheeks. So women think you got 3, 4, 5 cheeks. And then they got the law on their side. So they think that the whole Me Too, I wish you would hit me. What you gonna do, punk? What you gonna do, punk? All that energy is out here. The really good women are in the minority. The really good women don't get all up in your face. I wish you would push me. I wish you would push me. I'll send your punk ass to jail. But the majority of the women out here would do that. Really low life, wall of suffering chicks will do that, men. So some kind of way they gonna get attracted to you because your light is getting brighter. So you're gonna get tested, and you're gonna get tested, and you gotta pass the test. You gotta pass the test. And you gotta let love be your sword and shield. But you don't have to keep taking a bunch of shit though. No. It's a part of your karma. But after you don't get to a certain point though, and what you're doing is the person who's attacking you is showing you who they really are. So sometimes you gotta show them who you are. Archangel Michael is an angel, but he don't take no shit. He kills in the name of God. He got a big old sword. He just be jumping them down. Whop, whop, whop. What you supposed to do? You supposed to look at the Archangel Michael and be like, I'm a woman. Don't. You seen the X-Men where like the bad person disguises themselves? as, you know, they're a negative entity, but they disguise themselves as someone that you trust. Oh yeah, I trust this person, so I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna do that. Boy, but they done already came in and been compromised. It ain't the really, really cool women, it's them compromised women that come in and try to damn hit the buttons at the wrong time. I don't got a problem with a woman testing me because that's where the test gonna come, and it's normally gonna be unpredictable. Fellas, when the unpredictable test comes, you need to grow anyway, and you got to still try to make sure how you can make her better. Now, one way you could get out of the situation and just be like, you know, I ain't gonna return. I ain't messing with this. Or you could look at the situation and say, how did I get myself into this? Some deep analysis. The situation that I was in, I put some deep analysis into it for like 3 days, and then it took me to the day I was fasting, and I went to yoga class, and I got my walk in, got my qigongs in, and I finally got it released. You ain't got, oh, kings, listen to this, king. To resolve something doesn't always take you and her together. You can resolve something using magic. A test within a test on top of a test. Absolutely. If a woman needs to drag you down to vibe with her, she isn't ready yet. But a woman is not trying to drag you down. No. She's just showing you where she at. And sometimes you just came through and you just wanted to be a save. You just wanted to be Captain Save-A-Ho. I can say that. You can be, I'm going to go ahead and assist you because the woman represents humanity. I'm going to pick her up. Fallen humanity. Whatever name you want. Because Ho is heaven on earth. I'm not calling you out your name. Everybody calm down. Don't get at the wall of suffering and start overreacting. Y'all built us to have the muscle, so we reach down, pick you up. I'm trying to pick you up. But sometimes when you pick up a wounded tiger, the tiger is like, you trying to hurt me, get away. And then they start scratching you and stuff. Be careful what wounded tiger you're going to help. And analyze the best you can what you're getting yourself into. A lot of you men are not analyzing what you're getting yourself into. That's what we can learn from Bill Cosby. He was not analyzing what he was getting himself into. He didn't analyze what he was getting himself into. No. So when the claws come out, because that's a natural defense system. See, you see how I'm not telling women, don't let your claws come out. Stop it. They told me the other day to talk to the men. So I ain't going to tell the women what claws come out. Stop making it. I'm telling you men are not listening. Y'all ain't got nobody to tell you that her claws are going to come out. There's no woman out here teaching that. There's no woman out here teaching you that, hey, fellas, if you're dealing with a lady, her claws is going to come out every now and then. You know what? Her claws is going to come out. Especially when you have sex with her. It's going to be an instant sometime when she may be going through something and she think that your ass is a punching bag. So she just going to bring the claws out and she think that she's entitled to damn rip into you and you take it. And then later on, she just say she's sorry and then you be good. Fellas, don't go for that. Brothers, kings, men, King Talk. Sean, you hear me? Don't go for that. Hashtag don't go for that if you acknowledging what I'm saying, men. Kings, listen to me what I'm telling you. Hashtag don't go for that. Nobody got a right to rip into you. Nope. Nobody's got a right to rip into nobody. So don't give women passes when they start ripping into you. Don't do it. Don't do it. Call it to her attention and be like, hey, I see that you triggered. I did something to trigger you, but I just triggered what happened. I'm not the damn offender. I ain't the offender who you're claiming brought this to you. You feel what I'm saying? So, and this is the problem. When you come in and have a Me Too movement who makes all men guilty, all, you know what I'm saying, all women victims, all men, it starts to separatist thing. It starts to separate us. We're supposed to be trying to be a divine family. Bullying is real. Hurt people. Tell them, King. And women shouldn't be given that kind of treatment. I told you it's three types of men, it's three types of women. The men, I told you, it's the court jester, the prince, and the king. So you women need to come up with what's the three type of women there are. There's a queen. I guess there's the princess. She ain't really that responsible either. She's a spoiled brat, the spoiled princess. The spoiled prince and the spoiled princess. And then the court jester can be male or female. The court jester can be a man or a woman. Because there's a lot of women out here faking like they doing something. They faking, they coming up under the cloak, you know what I'm saying, the Trojan horse of divine feminine energy. And then they get in, you know, with somebody else that could be faking, that could be original. And then they just go crazy because Saturn in Capricorn is demanding authenticity. Saturn in Capricorn is demanding authenticity. So I don't make blanket statements about what women should or should not be doing. I'm talking to kings. You court jesters who watching this video, I don't care what y'all do. This video is not for you. This video is really for 3% of the population because I don't have time to be around checking dudes who at the wall of suffering. I ain't doing it. Priestess, queen, spoiled, wounded princess. Right, but who's the court? What's the equivalent of the male court jester? The female court jester? A woman's job is to nurture and overstand. When she is off and does not overstand herself, she can destroy everything. Kings, let's do a review because I don't necessarily agree with all the way with what Renee's job is. And I'm going to tell you all something and Renee's going to pick up on it. So men, king, what's your damn job? King, what's your job? This ain't about what the woman's job is. I'm a man, and it says I'm talking to kings. So I'm going to tell you, kings, what your job is. Listen closely. Your job is to hold the damn umbrella in any weather. That's your job. Be the ridgepole. Hold the umbrella and keep your circumference dry and clear of debris. That's it. Hold the umbrella no matter what. Then a real queen will come and light a fire for you. And then it will become a we because you and her will be a community. She'll come and light a fire because a woman can't light a fire in the rain. A woman can't light a fire when the circumstances is too hectic. So a woman is way smarter than men. So when you're standing there in the storm, holding this umbrella, whether you're standing still or whether you're moving, a real queen will come under the umbrella and light a fire and tend to it. So I'm adding to what Renee said. She's going to nurture that fire if you hold the umbrella. Most women are out here trying to light a fire in a storm, men. So that's ridiculous behavior. So men, recognize ridiculous behavior. Recognize, yeah, they are supposed to light and nurture the fire. They aren't the fire, they just nurture the fire. Women are water. We're the fire, but women are water. Women are yin and we are yang. No, they are the fire keepers. Ruthless Rozzy, women are the fire keepers. They're not the fire. They're the fire keepers. They the water that can put the fire out, or they can put the water on top of the fire. What happens when you put water on top of fire in a structured way? It starts to boil and you have steam. And then the steam was driving locomotives at one time. You see what I'm saying? So when you got a steam engine, it came from the proper combination of fire and water. Right. So when you hold the umbrella, a woman's going to come through. She's going to hold a fire. And then guess what? You're going to have two hands on the umbrella. She's going to have two hands on the fire. Most women out here holding the umbrella with one hand, trying to light the fire with the other. Most men out here with one hand on the umbrella and one hand trying to start the fire. You're only going to get but so far with trying to do that. Because it's an art to umbrella holding. It's an art to fire keeping. If we can be in a team together and quit being separate, that's what the Me Too is about. You can't that'll separate. Me Too, he's this. I'll just say this. I'll be entitled. I'm going to get all these guys back. I'm going to do such and such. You're going to separate. Then you can be out there trying to light fires by yourself, cold as hell, rubbing up against another woman. That it ain't the formula. I ain't against lesbians or nothing like that. I'm fine with that. But you ain't gonna get the same result as what was naturally made by God. These facts. When the man comes in and he's holding an umbrella and the fire is lit up under him, next thing you know, a home will develop. A community will develop. It'll be more than an umbrella. It'll be a roof. Then it'll be a fireplace. Then it'll be central air, central heat, gas heat. That'll come from that one thing. But it doesn't mean that the man is supposed to, his umbrella ring doesn't mean he's supposed to go make all the money. See, that's the other thing we learned from Bill Cosby. These chicks who, if it was some women that lied on Bill, how about that? If it was some women who lied on Bill, they gonna get theirs too. Cause Bill got his. So how can Bill be the only one getting his and ain't nobody else getting theirs? Salute to Seafood Hargrove. He ain't the only one gonna get his in this situation. They may not go to prison for perjury, but should he get some time? A whole bunch of people should get some time. Where the white women at going after Harry Weinstein and all these other jokers out here that did something? Who he supposed to be, the poster child? He the sacrifice? Bruh, he set a precedent, and that might be what it is. Bill Cosby man set a precedent to damn get these other cats. But Bill already in jail, jammed up. It's not what Me Too should be. It should be a cry for more umbrellas. But too many people are taking it there for sure. The cry is for more umbrellas. The cry, that's why I'm on here right now, Miss Jacqueline. I am on here to say, men, get your damn umbrella. Learn how to be a leader. Have more integrity. Learn astrology. Learn how to breathe. Learn how to meditate. Learn how to teach. Learn how to have a straight ridge pole. Learn how to tell the truth. Learn how to surround yourself around other wise men. I'm disappointed in Sidney Poitier, Richard Pryor, all them damn brothers, that Jim Brown, that you niggas was hanging around Bill and knew what he was doing. Y'all didn't check. That's who I'm disappointed in. But you know what? Maybe they was participating. Sidney Poitier, what was you doing? Quincy Jones, that's who he was hanging with. Y'all got some skeletons in your closet? Possibly. But maybe y'all just didn't have the appetite Bill did. Bill learned that behavior from somewhere, but it was also in his chart. That's why I'm saying a good umbrella holder. That's the KingMen. Go back and look at the movie KingMen 1 and 2. What was their weapon of choice? The umbrella. The umbrella. Know thyself. Real kings know thyself. That's the lesson. Bill Cosby didn't know himself. He just got the money, and I can just do whatever. I don't know who Janice Dickerson, but Alana says she gonna get hers. Comments, questions, feedback, because it's about to cut off over here on Instagram, Facebook. Y'all can get a few more minutes. On a scale of 1 to 10, please let me know what you think about this broadcast. And please share this. Press 2, invite 2 people. Yeah, what do you think about, and what did you learn that you can apply in your life right now, especially kings, men who are watching? What can you apply from watching this video right now? I found you in peace, and I'm going to leave you in prayer. I'm going to say prayer right here. Instagram going to cut off. Facebook, you're going to run it back for a few more minutes, and then I'm going to get out of there too, because I got a flight to catch in the morning. And a Bakoa, Gijala Kiminka, Tatia Tessera, Kabel Renat, Amcha Sagvanu, Taharanu Nara, Nahagibor, the Shay Yakadeka, Kapaba Shaman, Barkham Tamram, Rakamate, to Zika Taker, to meet Gamlin, Kasim Kadosh, Badaru, Tufka, and the hell out of Taker, the Keep Gehalam, Chapanez, or Craig, Tushka Taker, Shavatanu Kabel, Ushma, Tazakatanu, Dea Talamot, Buruk Shim, Kobo Makuto, Lalam Vaed. Hey, listen. I appreciate y'all for coming through, for paying attention. Salute to all the men that are hearing this. That's a conversation. Women, it's okay that y'all tuned in. If you shared the video, that's fine. It's not that I am not listening to you right. Oh, fellas, with these seconds left, you're not a listening device. Tell women that you ain't built to listen to everything that they're talking about. When women say nobody's listening to me, then she really wants justice, because men aren't really meant to be really good listeners. Okay? And explain that to her. You got to train yourself to be a really good listener. I did a bunch of training to become the great listener that I am now for problem solving. Better listening, better problem solving. Better listening, better problem solving. Okay? Umbrellas on deck. Umbrellas on deck, player. Yup. That's how I feel. That's the truth, though. It's super important that we up our listening skills. I have been guilty of making quite a few videos telling women what they really need to do. But you know why I would do? You know why I would tell women so many things that they need to do? Because they got the pussy and the money. And men follow what women let down. Whatever women is laying down, or whatever women are determining what is acceptable behavior, that's what men are doing. Men are letting their pants sag and doing despicable stuff because some women are rewarding bad behavior. If you encourage bad behavior, what they gonna do? Remember when you was little and there was discipline? You didn't clean your room, you don't get the dessert, or blah blah, all types of stuff. But now men are doing F-boy stuff and getting rewarded. Where they do that at? Stop rewarding negative behavior. Is one of my super big lessons well, it's not a lesson, it's something that I pray for. But that's why I talk to a lot of women, because y'all got the pussy, y'all got the sex and the money. Okay? And the men want sex and money. And you got it. And successful men got to get a woman to help put them on. You said F shit happens on both sides. But women got more power. I like to talk to power. Men are not in power. There's a system that looked like it's ran by men. But I wouldn't be surprised at all if behind it was some women pulling the damn trigger. Because it's some evil ass women out here who know, I want to limit women's power too, so I can use all of it. What if the men who look like they running it got women with their hands up their back running it? Wait a minute. I want to talk about that. Oh my goodness. It's a really good point right quick. Okay, let's take it from the top. What if this thing that looks like a patriarchal power, the men at the top are puppets, and there's some real evil women behind it? Fellas, listen. Listen, fellas. Listen. Women will try to make you think that all women are sisters, and no women are savages, and no women would do certain things. Oh, these women wouldn't do this. We're women, so we're not built like that. But in the jungle, the women are the killers. They're the murderers. They're the ones run out there and run up on something, right? So wouldn't it be interesting? And see, here's the thing, fellas. You need to get in some type of esoteric organization. Freemasonry, Rosicrucian, Knights Templar, Shriners, something. Kings, I beg you, you must study beyond the damn Bible and YouTube and conspiracy theories. You must study past the hoteps. You must study past New Age. New Age is some bullshit. Hotep is some bullshit. All the religions is some bullshit. You got to get into the esoterics out here if you want to make it. You better get out here, and men, get out here into the esoterics ASAP, because you don't know. You don't know. Like, you can't be looking at it with these two eyes. That's wall of suffering. You always looking with these two eyes. You got to be looking in here and in the gut to be like, who's really running this thing? Because if women was to get all their magic back, this whole situation would be like we wouldn't be on the planet because we could just turn the light and leave. But the forces, the powers, I'm going a little over people's heads right here, what I'm about to say, but some of y'all are catching and some of y'all won't. The powers that be that run this planet are called the sinister. And they're not gender specific. So it could be some women pulling the strings on the men that you say this is a patriarchal society, so they suppress the power of women. But don't you think that 5 or 10 women could be like, yo, we're gonna harness all this power and we're gonna make it look like it's the women that's doing it. Because the whole system that's going on right now of suppression of women and stuff like that, it's too organized. It's got too much intelligence for me to even be thinking that a man is behind it or a group of men. Men ain't that damn smart. Men ain't that smart. If y'all think Clinton and Obama was running it, rethink it. True that. I was aiming at more of my sisters than the men. Men get enough flack for F shit. We women need to step up and show our sisters how to heal. Well, men, here's a message as response to Jacqueline. I'm going to interpret that for my men. Men, all women don't need healing. Some women need beatdowns from other women. Fellas, if there's a woman that you super know needs a super beatdown from another woman, her ass whoop, her getting her ass whooped by other women will make her accountable, then you need to damn get away from that woman and let some other women check her. But there's no group of women out here checking other women who are wronging men. Women who wrong men get away with it clean cut. Clean cut. There was no white women going after the lady who lied on Emmett Till. There was no black women going after white women who lied on black football players. There's no group of women going after it isn't happening. It isn't happening. It's not happening, player. There's no women going, when women put a baby on somebody and get child support, and then they find out 5, 10, 15 years later it ain't his baby, she don't have to go to jail and she don't have to get no money back. But his life is tore up. He got felons, he done went to jail, all this type of stuff. Where's the women's group that are riding for men's rights? They're not, because they say, well, men, you already got everything, so F it, you don't matter either. So women not having compassion and not straightening other women out is one of the largest reasons why we in the effed up situation we in right now. So kings, be aware of this. Be aware. Kings, be aware of this. Be aware. Don't let jokers come in and get you jammed up thinking that it's just the evils that be. No, bro, it's all type of situations that are going on, not just a couple, but that we need to be super aware of. It's a fact. Get him. It's fact. Pimps always have a woman or women bringing in the hoes. There's a word in that. There are women emotionally pimping and triggering women to get into victim position. They are. Yes. Can't suppress all of us without some of us helping, coach. It's a damn shame women buy into that. Yeah, but kings, you hear the women talking. There's a few women that know what's going on, but these few women ain't added. Mohina, send me a message, because I don't accept friend requests if you didn't send me a message. So if you send me a friend request, please send me a message. All right. It ain't enough for you to recognize it and be like, it's such a shame. Do something about it. Do something about it. Start a movement. Do something about it. We say, yo, we tired of women going after these men unjustly. We want these women, we want to kick their ass, so we send a message out here so they'll cut that shit out. I tell men often that women can be savages. I think we're trying to get rid of y'all, sperm banks. That's just one of my thoughts. That's funny, Renee. Thank you. What if the women are really men and men really women? I'm just saying. I don't know where you're coming with that, Karen, but you have to be more specific. Wombs should have to go to jail for that mess. Yes, Renee, they should. Quickly. The evils, yes. Peace of the King. T Love, what's up, Lord? Hey, that's just my piece. Men, be aware. Be more aware. Let's go back over the notes for today. We learned some lessons from Bill Cosby. What do we need and better learn from Bill Cosby? That $3.4 million will not keep you out of prison. Bam. Make her better. When you see she need help, make her better. When you're being under attack, falsely accused, or whatever, grow anyway. That's our hashtag, fellas. Grow anyway. The divine feminine movement is in danger because a lot of it is pseudo. A lot of it is pseudo, and some of these women really ain't about that life. They're really not. It's good to say. It's really good and sounds good that I'm divine feminine and sister this and sister that. But that was the same way the feminist movement got Trojan horse in the late 60s, early 70s. The difference between sensitivity and coddling. Be sensitive to women. That's where we come from. We travel through them. But women are not entitled just because that the vagina is the portal. They're responsible. You're responsible for that huge job. But you also, as a part of your contract and being down here on earth. So you can't just be like, well, I got a yoni, so I can just really just do whatever the hell I want. Well, karma ain't got no gender. Ain't got no gender. If the ladies ain't got integrity, fellas, better beware and stay away. But don't coddle women and say, yes, you're a victim, and that person is bad, and that person is evil, and let's go get them. Stay away from the wall of suffering. So that's the message for this evening. I thank y'all so much. On Instagram, you're able to go back and catch the other live. Facebook, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for joining. If you're on YouTube and you stayed this long, salute. Oh man, I had a story to tell. I'm gonna tell it this right quick, and then I'm gonna put this other. And I'm gonna start off a fresh video Wednesday with this story. Kings, watch what you say to women when you get in an argument, because you ain't got as much magic as her, but you got some magic. I said something to a woman one time in a fit, and I expressed some magic. This was 2003. I ain't know half of what I knew about magic then, but I had the power, but I ain't know. And I spoke some stuff into existence that me loving her in a loving state, I wouldn't have said. But I wasn't in a loving state, and I stated it harshly, and I meant it. And she stated something harshly too. So we cast a spell on each other. In a fit, we cast a spell on each other. So men, you have to be very careful when you get into situations where a woman either provoked you, hit one of your triggers, you hit one of her triggers, whatever, that you don't cast spells on each other. Don't take no spells. You know what I'm saying? You should have your defense up. But like, I really love this person, still love this person, and said something that to, you know what I'm saying, that I, like, it came true, what I said. She told me hers wasn't that severe. She was like, you gonna miss me when I'm gone. And I really did miss her when she was gone. But then I said the next dude that you get with is gonna really F you over. And he did. Really, really, really bad. To the point he was killed by karma. He wouldn't give her a divorce. They was married for like 7 years. And then he got killed at a party. A car backed into him and then drove forward and ran over his head. So they had to have a closed casket. And he deserved every bit of it. Every bit of it. He wasn't no victim. He was a really, really mean person. But my spell that I cast on her was a part of the root of that. And I would never want to do that because I say I love her. So sometimes when we get into a situation, we'll start and say something and cast a spell on each other out of fury. We forget. That's what I'm saying. That whole thing about love and we really love you, that's that whole romantic thing. Sometimes we be using one another in relationships for just what we want. We have to be a tandem. We have to work as a team. Teamwork makes the dream work. There's got to be some cooperation. There's got to be some, what's the other word starts with a C? Not confidence. Coexisting. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't got to coddle one another. You feel what I'm saying? We need more brothers to be champions of women so that we're not adversaries. I don't know if I agree with that. I think we need more brothers that need to be champion of being a king. We need more brothers champion kings. We need more brothers champion kings, not champion women. Fight for yourself. Fight for you as a king. And then you'll get what you deserve as a king. And then under your kingship, you'll be protecting women. You don't have to champion for her because she got her own karma. She need to be, I say that because of my roommate, Wisdom Selah. Wisdom Selah is always studying self. She always studying herself. She her greatest champion. She need a little assistance, of course. But champion her, what's that going to do then? That means she ain't got no more responsibilities? Hell no. So men should be championing kings. Women should, but guess what? Men should be checking niggas too. Women should be championing queens. They should be checking trifling women. Those trifling women, that should be up in the y'all's category, ladies, for y'all to check that. Trifling dudes, that should be in our category. If more brothers was championing kings, then we would have the law to come through and start checking and trampling down trifling brothers. And there'd be less trifling brothers. Yeah, then we don't never get rid of them. I think men are in danger because of their diet and surroundings. I could really get into this. No soy for kings. Yeah. Renee's off the subject, y'all. If you can't hold an umbrella, it don't matter. You can be a vegetarian, eating soy and hold an umbrella. The diet is your surroundings, not only the food. That's cool. That's her area. I'm talking overall strategy. Yeah. And nobody's in trouble because you got a choice of whether you put soy in your mouth or not. And your karma is going to be on you regardless to produce the results that you're going to produce. We're all spiritual beings having human experiences. We're trapped in this box. If you're on Instagram, go back and look at the last post I made with the dude trying to chisel the brick off his head. What's up, cat? If women didn't feel like they were fighting against women, yeah, or fighting against men, fight against the evil inside of you. You want to do something, conquer the evil that's inside of you. You ain't got no opponent. Your only opponent is the self. I got to get off here. I got things doing. Will get me a nap. We don't. Mohubu Baba, you late. I already explained when we talked about the wall of suffering. Don't talk about we live in an imbalanced society. You need to go back and watch this from the beginning. We live in a perfect society. Kings, we live in a perfect society. Queens, we live in a perfect society. Baba, how do men assist women? You keep making, excuse me, but you're a parrot. Would you like to come on in? Let's talk about this like two men for a second before we go? Because you're parroting right now. You're not giving solutions. You just came on this live feed and you're typing, but you're not giving solutions. Would you like to come on in? I can hit the button and we can talk about it. Like two kings. No, we can talk about this in public. You ain't gonna call me because when I get off here, I'm gonna pack my clothes, take a nap. So, there we go. Let's get it popping. I love when these videos get like this. I wish you came on in the first hour. Wouldn't have been on here a whole hour, but this is done came up. And start talking to one another so we can build. So we can start saying, yo, this is the way. That old way, we need to support women. No, we need to champion kings. We need to check these loser men and champion kings. I just said the job of a man is to be the umbrella. She's gonna light the fire. She's the fire keeper. That's men's job. Hold the umbrella. That's not supporting a woman. That's you. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Just hit the accept button and you're gonna come on the camera. That's what you're supposed to be doing. For yourself. I'm trying to check kings. We having king talk, so kings can be better kings for themselves, for your own personal karma. Don't stop letting women be your motivation, because as soon as women become your motivation, then you start looking down and their breast and their yonis become motivation. Come on in.
What's going on?
You got Baba in there. This is a conversation for kings.
Oh, I just checked. My only point, and I'm gonna let you go, was that in a general...
I said this is a conversation for kings and kings to kings.
Oh, well, I wasn't on for that part of it.
That's why I say I go back and check the beginning. That's what it said at the very beginning. It's a conversation for kings. But I'll tell you what I told the kings in this talk. Mm-hmm. Since you missed it, I'll do a quick recap, because I had notes before I came.
Listen,
kings don't need to. This is how we need to communicate, and we do a review. So I'm showing kings how to speak to queens. So I'm showing them an example, because women will come out to you kings and be like, "Oh, they just shut us down." No, I can communicate and say this is what the review was. But it's clear. I told the kings, women don't need support from us. Women, kings need to be kings for king's sake. That's it. When you be the son, everything else will fall into place. So, but when we get an agenda from women, it's a woman's agenda. So when women tell us what we need to do for women, then they're giving us a woman's agenda. I can't give a king can give another king what an agenda is, because it's not emotionally based. When we know what we are at, where we're at, doing what kings do, then queens have more room to do what queens do, because right now queens are having to do 2 jobs, and they ain't really good at doing 2 jobs. Just like men ain't really good at doing 2 jobs. You look like you're doing good because you're forced to do 2 jobs. But if you ever were just able in one lane to do one thing, then you were perfected. And the proof of that is when you look at billionaires. Billionaires only work in their genius. But right now in the society, we're having to do 2 things. So my message to kings is be the king. So you don't let women be your inspiration. And right, I'm talking to 3%. I'm talking to 3% of the population, because as soon as you let women be your inspiration, you're going to start looking at their breast. That's going to inspire you. Then you can start looking at their yonis, and that's going to inspire you.
Well, see, but I think that there are 2 things with that, brother. And we got 20 years of semi-history, so we communicate well. So I think that I can say this. I think one, you're coming from a macro level. You're coming from a much higher up place than I'm coming from when I say that men need to be champions of women, because I'm talking about just on a simple, in the current society that we live in, the current imbalance that we experience in this human experience, because what you're speaking to is spiritual. And so I'm talking about physical, practical application. And so in the experience that we're in, where women are not necessarily valued in our proper light, or we are often the subject of we're not that things that we experience, checking kings when men check other men on their trash, they're saying this is not acceptable for treatment of women. And as a man, I don't accept this. You need to do better. And so you can call it something different. But I do think that the imbalance that we face in society as women, we're not going to meet alone. We're not going to overcome that without men working on that. Now we can agree to disagree, and I'm okay with that, and I love you, but I caught the tail end of this, so I will let the brothers go back to speaking to brothers.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have the last word on this one, like kings should have when kings
are.
were talking and when you came in. So no, men should not. I'm not telling men to don't champion. Don't. We're checking men because men need to be better. We're checking men because women, if women don't see us checking men, they're not going to check women. Because it's apparent that women don't check women. They're not seeing us lead by the example, so we can't wait any longer for them to check women. So we have to start checking men and start saying that that's inappropriate behavior as a man. I don't have to say this is inappropriate behavior how you treat women. That shit is old, 70s, outgrown, and will not work. I'm saying that you have to go and say, yo, I'm checking you as a man because you a man and you ain't operating as a king. Operate as a king. And when she said I'm operating on a macro level, I'm operating on a macro physical level, because the other part that you kings need to do, you see how she came in slickly and she misused her magic. And this woman is very magical, but she said some bullshit magic. And she said women are not valued. Don't listen to women who say women aren't valued. Because what you speaking, she was speaking that into existence. So I don't acknowledge no woman that says we women aren't valued. Because she was setting the example for another woman should come check her and say, I'm valued. Another woman should come and be like, yo, stop saying that women aren't valued. Women aren't valued because women say women aren't valued. Women aren't valued because women have low value of themselves. Well, all the groups, there's many more groups for women than there are men. If women still ain't getting value from themselves and from other women, then the groups that you all are in need to be refined. But if you continue to say women aren't valued, you're programming the minds of kings, princes, and court jesters. You're putting that propaganda. Women aren't valued is propaganda. That's propaganda. And for any woman to say it on any intellectual level is bullshit. Okay? So kings, do not accept that when women say that. You tell a woman, no matter what she says, you do have value. All women are valued. I value you in the right now. But you know what? That's when the sister, she was going to the macro. She was going to the, talk about yourself. Talk about yourself. She sees value in herself. So this is another thing too, men. Be careful of this. Be careful of women who swear up and down they champion women's causes. Get you a woman who champion herself, men. Get you a woman who champion herself. Because if you champion yourself and all men start championing themselves, then we'll grow from the inside. But if you got a woman who's championing other women, then her magic is divided. Because she's at the wall of suffering. To keep talking about we have to raise all these women up. We got to raise all these women up. We got to raise. That's wall of suffering. That's not your plight. Men didn't come down here to raise women up. Women didn't come down here to even treat men nice. Women came down here to grow. Men came down here to grow. Spirit is not gender specific. Spirit is not gender specific. In this life, you living out your karma from some contract that you have to carry yourself as a male or a female. But you didn't come down here. Growth is the purpose. Everything else is the result. So most people who talk like that, we got to champion the women. Men should, no. We should all grow. Men, stay focused. Kings, stay focused. You know what you came down here for, men? You came down here to grow. You guys came down here to grow. Women came down here to grow too. All of us forgot. If we can look at one another and say, yo, you came down here to grow. You came down here to grow. And just remind each other that we came down here to grow. We didn't come down here to take advantage of one another. We really didn't come down here to work together. I just like it. It would be cooler. But if we all start to grow, then we will eventually, then there will be some cohesiveness. But we didn't come down here for that. Championing anything is the result of growth. Destroying anything is the result of growth. A tree grows up and down. Okay? So let's just be really, really, really clear on that. Men. This is a king talk tonight. Okay? And ladies, if y'all want to share this, but I encourage the ladies to go and make their own video for Queen Talk. And put that over there. But over here, it says King Talk Part 2. Go back and see King Talk Part 1. Really don't watch the beginning of this one until you go back and watch King Talk Part 1. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna send you that so you can watch King Talk 1, and then you'll see where this comes from, and then you'll have a full scope of how we got here. Because when you jump, men, another lesson for you, don't jump in halfway into conversations, man. Research. Men, we have to be better researchers. We have to be better researchers because, men, we've been moving off of half information for too long. That's what the whole movie of the show Power with Ghost and them is about, people moving off of half information. Scandal is about men moving off of half information. Soap operas is about men moving off of half informations. Research. We got to be better researchers. Let's go back. I'm going to read some of the comments. Then I am getting up out of here. If women took on the work of lifting ourselves and each other up instead of asking men to do it, we'd be healing ourselves and can come back to men as whole beings. You don't have to come back to men as whole beings. You didn't come to the planet to come to men as a whole being. You came to the planet to grow. Just grow. You didn't come to the planet to lift nobody else up. You're parroting. That's a program. You have to deprogram that. No men or women came down here to lift each other up. You're a spiritual being having a human experience. But the spirit is the overriding. You came down here to grow spiritually on planet Earth and then get your ass up out of here. You didn't come down, you came down here and forgot. Go watch the movie Gabriel. You came down here and forgot why you came down here. Then you got lost in the sauce. You drank the Kool-Aid. I'm supposed to come down here and grow and be challenged and follow instructions and follow orders. But then all of a sudden, we started hearing, should I be doing that? You ever heard that phrase? But it's so much information out here. I just don't know who to listen to. That's the sinister working. The sinister is sending you so many things. That's why our diet is bad, because we got so many choices. I got 1,000 choices, but I only need 46 foods. I only need 46 foods. Some lands, some people are making it off 12 foods, and they're living to be over 100 years old. Their diet every day is the same 12 foods. They may eat 4 out of that 12 every day or every other day. Or they're just switching it up in their combinations of 12 foods. We got so many choices, we make bad ones. Less choices, the less chances of you making bad ones. So we didn't come down here, we came down here to grow. Before we even go down this path, we can't even begin to ask brothers to be champions for us without them knowing who they are. This is King Business and Talk. Kandaka. Woo! 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 She said that. You can't ask a man to be a champion of you and he don't know who he is. Thank you, Kandaka. You are 1,000% correct. How can a man champion somebody else? He don't know who he is. He don't know how to swing a sword. You gonna ask a man to go fight for you and he don't know how to swing a sword? He don't know how to take a life? He don't know how to really hold up a shield? And you talking about, go, I need you to be championing for me. No. Nigga, go over there and learn how to be savage. Go over there and get that savagery right. That's what you mean to do. Refine that. Then come back. After you refine it, then come back. Women have been checking women. We don't see that. On the minority. We don't see it on the mass. We don't see it on World Star. We don't see it on YouTube. We don't see it on the Facebook virals. The same videos that people are shedding of fights, you have to be at that level. The same level of the bullshit that's being spread and going viral, you got to have a video of women checking women. There are no videos of women checking women going viral. The kings I'm surrounded around value and protect me on the daily. The greater society, I'm talking about us as individual kings. It's only 3% of kings out here. I done made this point a billion times. I'm talking to the 3%. I'm talking super micro. Because only one king was ruling England, one queen was ruling England, one president ruled the United States. You don't need a whole bunch of them. You just need the ones that are kings and in their line. They need to get their stuff together. That's why there is king, prince, and jester talk. This is a note to women. You have obtained power, even equality, even in some cases superiority, but you have not taken responsibility for reining in your insane sisters. Ooh. Men cannot do it. Men cannot oppose pathological women because chivalry demands that they keep their most potent weapon sheathed. It's up to us. The forces that have provided you with oft unhappy freedom has also bred the shrieking harpies of fairness and victimization. Jordan Peterson. Good God. Thank you. That was some heat. Let me read. This is a note to women. You have obtained power, even equality, even in some cases superiority, but you have not taken responsibility for reining in your insane sisters. You ain't. You ain't. Show me 5 examples. Show me 5 examples. You can show me 5 examples of niggas off the chain. You can show me 5 examples of women off the chain. You can show me 5 examples of black men helping black children in schools and martial arts. There's a video going viral right now of the black man standing up for the pregnant woman at Walmart, pulled his gun on a white man in Florida. He risked his damn life. But I ain't seen one video of a woman coming in trying to rein in her insane sister. Women stood together for this equality, for this power, for these rights, and in some cases superiority. But I ain't seen it yet. Don't mean it ain't out there, but I ain't seen it, and it ain't went viral. So that could be something that y'all could work on. Tree grows up and down. I made my page, ladies, for the queens. Your prescription for healing can be found. Heal yourselves, absolutely. Coming together will be a nice benefit, like you said. It'll be a benefit, but it's not my objective. I'm not down here for us to work together. That's a result of growth. Growth is the purpose. Everything else is a result. Working together, that's a result of growth. Being separate, that's a result of growth too, but it's a negative growth. Queens and sisters, we learn more in silence and observation. It's like being quiet when grown folks is talking. There's wisdom in listening. Conserve your magic and learn. No, conserve your magic, learn, and then execute your magic. Pull out your damn wand and put something. When's somebody gonna do some magic in favor of the Kaiers? Duplicate. Don't turn me into. You know how many women want to turn me into a frog? But I do got some women out here that's got protection over me. I will say I got some women who be out here praying for your boy, because I got some I don't want to call them enemies, but I got some women who really don't like my message, and they want to turn me into a frog. Can I get y'all to go get them chicks? Go get them chicks. Go get them chicks who try to turn me into a frog. Right. We women need to support and help one another go viral. That's how I feel. Right. Apply the magic that you're learning. Zelensky, what up, Lord? Take it back from the beginning. I got to get out of here. I already said prayer, but I'm going to get 2 for the night because it's extra long. But after this prayer, I'll definitely be gone. Thank you so much for joining, everybody. Please go back and watch the beginning. If you just got here, you got to go to my YouTube channel and watch King Talk Part 1. If you didn't see King Talk Part 1, just inbox me and I'll give it to you right away. It's on my YouTube channel though, Coach Kyer. Anabakoa, Gijalaki Minka, Tatia Tesaraka, Bel Renat, Amcha Sagvanu, Taharan Nura, Nahaki Board, the Shay Yakadeka, Kababa Shaman, Warkam Tara, Makame, the Zika Taker, to meet Gamlin, Kasin Kadosh, Bararu, Tufka, and the hell out of Taker, the Keed Gahalam, Chapanez, the Craig Tuska Taker, Shabbat Nuka Bel, Ushma, the Zakanu, Dea Talamo, Rukshim, Kavamakuto, Nalam Vaed. Peace. Y'all have a good night too. I love all of y'all. Hey Divine Tosh, you back? HQ, what's up? Peace. Thank you. I'm going to travel safely. Have a good night to you too, Alice. Peace. OG. Zelensky, I'm going to make a mixtape too, by the way. My first one ever. I called Capital J yesterday. 12 songs. It's going to be called a Pie Made mixtape. Zelensky, I don't want, and I'm not going to be battling nobody from nobody in North Carolina. I'm not be battling. I might be trying to get some features though. Yeah, but I ain't messing around. Yeah, I'm calling Dana tomorrow because I'm calling all my producers to give me 4 beats. So I want Zelensky, listen to this. I want 4 beats from the pit. I want 4 beats from Capital J. Yeah, Pi May. I want 4 beats from Al in the wheelchair. You know what I'm talking about? And I want 4 beats from my man. He in Virginia, but he from Lumberton. So I'm gonna get 16 beats, and I'm gonna make 12 tracks. No, I can't rhyme. I'm like Drake. I can't rhyme. I'm just gonna tell a story, but I got a hell of a delivery. Now, if I write it and you wanna put it in rhyme form, and then I come back, I'll be like co-written by Zelensky, because you slick with it. But I can't end rhyme like y'all. I was raised up with y'all. That's why I don't rhyme. My peers, I see Zelensky on the mic, what I do. I tell them whether it's whack or not, but what normally is not. But I don't rap against these guys. The era that I came up with, them jokers is killers. Eat Mad Assassin, Zelensky, Ilpo, everybody who's rhyming with Gab Beats, Trice and them, Upright Lions. I ain't messing with that. That's too much heat. But I can do what Drake did. I can just write my story and tell it over a hot beat and deliver it. So that's what his secret is. Iron MCs. Well, Pi May lived up on the mountain. So the whole theme of it is going to be about up on this mountain. We're going to tell the story of coming from on top of this mountain piece. Yeah. Pi May mixtape. Metaphor. That's what I'm saying. Just thank you. You know exactly that whole little Fantasia from High Point. You understand? You can't just run up through there and just say you're going to start rhyming from the 336 or 910. J. Cole, 910-26. I'm just going to tell some stories, and I'm making the tape for me. My friends, if y'all want to listen to it, y'all will hear my autobiography. But I ain't want no action or smoke with nobody. I'm good. No, Upright Lions, they in Vegas right now, but they came out of North Carolina. Fayetteville and Raleigh. Yes. All right. Peace.